Welcome to Coffee Talk Tuesday here at Stark Media Group. So you guys know the deal. We're going to give it a few minutes so everyone can pop in. Make sure you say hello when you get here. Say good morning. I hope everyone's doing well this morning. So today we are going to cover Twitter because if you guys haven't noticed, there's been a bit of a trend the last couple of weeks. We have done a different platform every week, except for last week we did strategy. But today we're going to talk about Twitter, and I'm going to give you 15 things that you should know about Twitter, so this way you can decide if Twitter is best for your business. This was something that our girl Abby was super excited about because Abby loves Twitter, and she's been doing a really great job on our media presence on Twitter. So make sure you say hello when you get here. While I'm waiting for everyone to come in and hang out, I want to remind everyone about our workshop that we're having at Centro on the 15th. It's from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. And a quick little rundown about what it is. We're actually going to be doing a hands-on workshop because we realize that a lot of people have questions about digital marketing strategy, how to create one, how to properly implement one. So this is going to be something that we cover all throughout the workshop. So I will be giving a presentation on all different platforms, the main platforms, and letting you know what works best for each style of business. And then you will actually pick 3, and I will work with you together on developing, hey, Happy, developing a digital marketing strategy that's personalized for your business. And then you actually will get a consultation 1 month out. And that will allow you to kind of assess, well, for all of us to sit down and assess how your strategy did, what worked, what didn't, and what you could do different, and how to really set those benchmarks. So this way, moving forward, you're able to do that all on your own. So really great if you have an in-house marketing team that's maybe looking at getting a different look at their marketing strategy, if you kind of feel like you're in a rut, or if you just want to gear up before summer. Definitely you guys should check out the workshop. Plus you get a 3-course meal from Centro, and I love their food. If you've ever been there, I'm sure you love their food because food's phenomenal. So make sure that you guys check those out. There's only 25 seats, and we are not going to be expanding that, mainly because we want it to be small and intimate, and we want to make sure everybody gets the most out of it. So don't hesitate to buy those tickets, because if you do, I can't help you when we sell out, and I'm sure we will. So make sure you guys hop on. I will put the link in, well, Instagram, the link is in the bio. Facebook, I will put the link in the comments when we're done with Coffee Talk. So let's get started. So why should we use Twitter? Well, one thing that I love to bring up is, you know, a few years ago, we all thought that Twitter was done. We all said, you know, count it out. But a little something happened that brought it back. So now there's a reason to talk about Twitter. So my first fun fact for you is there are 500 million tweets sent a day. That is a lot of tweets. It's actually 5,787 tweets per second. So definitely if you are in a fast-paced kind of environment, obviously great for politics, but also really good for tutorials if you're launching a new brand, a new product, something like that. Customer service, this is actually, Twitter's a really great platform for that. And if you guys aren't in our private group, make sure that you go on Facebook to Stark Media Marketing Group. And I'm going to put in a little graphic in there that we usually give during one of our presentations that shows you the best industries for Twitter and kind of the demographics. So along with 500 million tweets sent a day, there's 326 million people that use it every month. So within the last couple of years, daily users have actually increased as monthly users decreased. So what that kind of says to me is that people who, are kind of into Twitter but not super into it are dropping off. But the people who enjoy it are really spending a lot of time on that platform. So once again, if you take a look at that graphic that I'm going to put in the group, and you find that your target audience is really on Twitter, definitely something that you want to think about. Focusing some of your time on that platform, because obviously that's where your target demographic is spending their time. And it's very interesting because their CEO, Jack Dorsey, so that he wants to make Twitter a healthier, valuable, everyday service, which does kind of play along the lines of what Mark Zuckerberg has been talking about like pulling in and making it a bit more personal, except for this is more on the service side. So meaning that brands can really start to take advantage of Twitter and what it has to offer. So number 4 is 80% of the users aren't American. So 80% of the 326 million monthly users are not American, which is very interesting, especially when it comes to the dynamics, when you're talking about the European market and the different laws that they've passed as far as privacy and data collection. So if you are obviously an international brand, or you sell internationally, you work internationally, definitely a platform that you want to consider being on. 24% of US adults use Twitter. That does skew towards an urban, educated, higher income class. And I would say that that's probably because it can get a little political. As I said, that revival of Twitter was pretty much thanks to Donald Trump. So there is a higher income and an educated class of the U.S. adults that are on Twitter. But also 80% of the users are affluent millennials. And a little funny fun fact, say that 10 times fast. But actually the most retweeted tweet was a plea for free chicken nuggets. So I can definitely understand why they would retweet that. If I was more active on Twitter, I probably would have retweeted it. But then that's also a funny thing to think about. If we all remember when Instagram and Facebook went down, everyone was in a bit of a tizzy, and Abby informed me that everyone flocked to Twitter to try to figure out what was going on. Was it something that was solely with them? Was it something with their carrier? Or was it a larger picture? And obviously we ended up finding out it was a larger picture thing. But definitely very funny to think of for Facebook. If you guys can't see, Abby says, because Twitter is the superior platform. But it's definitely interesting because, obviously Facebook and Instagram are synonymous together because they're both owned by the same parent company. So if something happens with Facebook, it's most likely going to happen with Instagram. So that's kind of a little something that Twitter has the edge on, because they are a platform all its own. Okay, moving on. What else do you need to know? Number 7, it is the #1 platform for politics and government leaders. I know, shocking. But like I said, Twitter in general is really great for anything that's breaking news. And definitely politics falls within that stand. Actually, when we're talking about Twitter, one of our favorite accounts to talk about is NYPD, because they do an absolutely phenomenal job with their Twitter. They get ahead of things right away. They get information out there. And you have to think, if you're in a field where you kind of have to be able to control the story and control the information that's getting put out there. Or even if you're not, if you're going into a kind of crisis scenario. You know, it happened with one of our clients a few months ago where they're not necessarily in a field where you have to be ahead of the game, but they unfortunately got mixed up in a little miscommunication, and we really had to get in front of it and on the ball and make sure that we were getting the proper information out there. So definitely a great platform for any type of damage control or customer service, things along those lines. But it's, like I said, no wonder that Twitter has a large political and government leader population. There are about 187 government heads of state that maintain an official presence on Twitter. So good platform for that. Or if you just want to keep up to date on news, I asked the question the other day, who goes on Twitter? And there was a response that, oh, I just go on to keep tabs on the president. So also a great way to get your own information if you don't have to necessarily get it out there for somebody else. Number 8, people are 31% more likely to recall what they saw on Twitter as opposed to just browsing through the internet. That could have to do with brand association, could have to do with just the fact that Twitter is just a super engaging platform. So because things are so fast paced and because it is very real time, you know, you're kind of actively following along with conversations. So it's almost like you're sitting, let's say, at a round table, and you may not be participating in the conversation just yet, but you are paying attention to what's going on, so you can jump in and put in your 2 cents or be able to kind of relay the information that you collected later. 75% are business to business market on Twitter. That's third after Facebook is first, and then LinkedIn. So business to business is third on advertising on Twitter. Where am I? There I am, number 10. So like I was saying, the Twitter is very fast paced, and it actually has a half-life of 24 minutes. A tweet has a half-life of 24 minutes. So within the first half an hour of your tweet being live, we'll say, after you tweeted, you will actually get the most amount of engagement within that first half an hour, and then it will slowly start to decline after that. So make sure that when you tweet, you are kind of keeping an eye on it afterwards, because you do want to obviously increase engagement, be able to respond to anyone that responds to your tweets, like it, retweet what they say, they'll retweet what you say, and it's all one big circle. But as we talk about, engagement is huge, 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 huge. I cannot talk about it enough. So Twitter is definitely a really great platform for engagement, but make sure that you are aware of what's going on and you kind of delegate a certain time period in order to be on Twitter, so this way you can continue that conversation and get the most out of your tweet. Number 11, the best time to tweet, if you are a B2B, a business to business, is 3 p.m. on work days. I guess everybody kind of hits that wall at 3 p.m. on a work day. So if you're business to business, 3 p.m. on a work day, or if you are a B2C, a business to consumer, you kind of want to cater to those commuter times, to lunch times, kind of like midday or early morning or kind of late at night. Well, not late at night, maybe like 6, when people are, commuting home on the train, whatever it may be. And everyone's scrolling through their phones, decompressing from the day, or trying to see what they missed while they were in meetings. So those are the best times to tweet. Number 12, Giphies. We all love a good Giphy. Get 55% more engagement. It could just be because they're fun. Let's talk about all the Giphies that are going around about Game of Thrones, House Stark forever. It's true. But a ton of GIFs going around, and they're fun. You can make your own Giphy. If you want us to make you a Giphy, let us know, because we can do that. The GIFs are super fun, and they get 55% more engagement. Number 13, video attracts 10% more engagement. So This is nothing new. We've seen it on all the other platforms. So if you're looking at your marketing strategy, which you can do on May 15th at Centro with us, I am going to talk about how to work video into your marketing strategy, and the different ways that you can get video done fairly quickly, cost efficiently, and time effective, because it's really all transferring over to video. People want to watch, well, not everybody, but most people want to watch. They don't really want to read. They can have it in the background, things of that nature. So video, no shocker here, attracts 10% more engagement. 14 promoted tweets with video actually save 50% on cost per engagement. So just tapping back onto that whole video is really where it's at as far as marketing is concerned. People love to see video. So working that into your marketing matrix is going to be huge, especially going forward. And then to promote it will actually save you money. And we all love to save money on our marketing. And last but not least, number 15, Twitter ads are 11% more effective than TV ads during live events. So being on Twitter during a live event, that is synonymous with your brand. So let's say the Super Bowl and Budweiser, right? Two very large brands, easy to associate with. Budweiser marketing team is going to want to be on Twitter and tweeting away and commenting and interacting, because beer and the Super Bowl go together. So definitely something that you want to try to find, either local events if you're a smaller business, or if you're on the larger scale, something that's a bit larger and is a long brand with you and you want to associate with, and follow that along on Twitter, because it's going to be huge. You know, we were at Social Media Marketing World, oh my gosh, what was it, like a month ago? A while ago. So we were out there and there was tons of tweets going on, tons of engagement, and we just hopped on in there and we got to brainstorm and associate and connect with people who are like-minded in our industry, as well as associate ourselves with this really great event that was going on. So I'm not going to sit here and dish out all 15 real quick. You're going to have to go to our private Facebook group, which is, once again, Stark Media Marketing Group. And I will have that graphic in there that explains our target, or the target demographic of Twitter and the best industries for that platform. And I will also sum up these 15 fun facts about Twitter that you should know to decide whether or not it's a great platform for your business. So thanks again, guys, for tuning in to Coffee Talk Tuesday with Stark Media Marketing Group. And once again, don't forget about May 15th. Definitely, you guys are going to want to check it out, and be sure to buy your tickets sooner rather than later, because I'm sure they're going to sell out. But it's going to be an absolutely amazing event, and just the amount of questions that we've been getting lately from people wanting to re-strategize or not really sure what they're doing wrong. This is your chance to work one-on-one with myself, with the rest of the Stark Media Group team. Thanks, Craig. Thanks for tuning in. Always good to see you. So a really great chance to work one-on-one with us, and also get a really awesome meal. So, I mean, I don't know what more you could ask for. Oh, great, Craig. Well, we will see you on the 15th. I will put the event in the comments on Facebook, Instagram. You guys can go ahead and click that link in our bio and purchase our tickets. And like I said, we are capping this. It is going to be 25-person minimum. So if you miss out, sorry. All right, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I can't wait to see you all next week. Have a lovely week. Bye.